Hello, this is a tutorial for Mountain Pools Terra for Underworld Speed Clear Terraway Part 1. I'll put the equipment in the beginning of this video. I like to use Vanguard's armor because you can tank the Behemoths a bit easier because they do blunt damage and this gives you extra 10 armor. I'll also put in the skills and attributes in the beginning of this video. Please feel free to pause the video and take a better look at what skills you need. Also, I'll be speeding up sections of the video to conserve time. And I'll just keep the important sections regular speed. So just kind of accommodate for that, just to let you know. Thanks. So what you do is just wait for the main team to pull the Terra down. Actually, pull the skeleton down rather. And then kill it off, and then wait for the lab tank to ball up everything. Just cast Shroud and Shadow Form when the lab tank has pulled all the mobs to the corner over there, and just run in and block everything. Once that is dead, the lab tank will go and pull the mobs in the other room and give you a bit of a window to escape to your individual areas. So just find a clear way and then just move on to your run. So some of the people might have a Heart of Shadow, and they will Heart of Shadow off you and pull the mobs closer so that you can discharge. If they do not do that, you can actually run around the way you used to. Also, another thing that I like to remind you over here is whenever you're casting IAU, cast it when Shadow Form is anywhere between 60% and 100% recharged. That will ensure that you have IAU activated every time you need to recast Shadow Form, and it will prevent interrupts due to knockdowns. So if just run this way, and if the charged happen to follow you, go ahead, cast Ebon, Battle Standard of Honor, and Slower Form, and switch to your staff or spear, because if you hold a melee weapon, the behemoths don't attack you. So yeah, do that. You can run your way through here, but if you see the path is blocked, what I like to do is I like to discharge into the behemoths on the top. So yeah, just discharge and run in. Okay, so this section I put in regular speed. What you want to do is, if two behemoths are close by, you switch targets between both of them and try to watch out the cycle in which they use Healing Spring and try to interrupt that. So suppose over here the left behemoth uses Healing Spring before the right behemoths. So what you want to do is go ahead and target the left behemoth and interrupt his Healing Spring, then wait for the right behemoths to cast healing. And then once both of them are interrupted, go ahead and cast Sliver Armor and Ebon. So yeah, over here I interrupt his Healing Spring and I kill him off. Also, another thing is you need cupcakes for mountain pools, because the skeletons are in the way and they do not lose aggro unless you use cupcakes, and they can actually do quite a bit of damage, and you cannot like out heal it with discharge. So cupcakes are needed for mountain pools. So yeah, try to interrupt them. If there are two of them together, you can like get by interrupting one of them and not interrupting the other one. But if there are like 3 or 4, try to get like interrupts on 2 of them. There might be some bad spawns that you might have once in a while, and then it might take you a bit longer, but usually there might be 2 stacks, 3 stacks. It's quite rare to have 3 or 4. Actually, it's quite rare to have 4 of them close together, and that's just the luck of the draw, if you're lucky enough to do that. Also, this Terraway One of the terrawebs of the three doesn't like to attack, so just try to avoid aggro of that, let it pass by if it's getting stuck on you, and just slayer down the behemoths one by one. And I like to use finish him because it helps with some of the tough spawns. Yeah, so just let it get below 50% and then you can just finish him on the person. Another tactic I use to clear the traps is I run in the traps, and as soon as I run in, I quickly discharge out to one of the riders. As you can see over there, it probably didn't work as well because the riders were close by the traps. So yeah, just try to pull them away from the traps and then do that trick. But you shouldn't have much problems with Vanguard's armor. As you can see, I'm like maintaining health easily with Vanguard's armor and no armor of earth. So yeah, just take a look at how I do it. Just try to time their healing springs and work around with Sliver. Over here I was hitting the Terraway, so I decided to go to the other side and try to kill him. And yeah, don't let Shadow Form drop like I did over there, because they can actually do some massive damage on you and you will probably die. So yeah, just take your time, clear out everything on top. I use cupcakes just to make, actually I use golden eggs to make it a bit faster. And also you can see the spawn at the bottom is a bit away from the wall. If it's a bit closer to the wall and it's quite close to where the Reaper spawns at top, you have to kill some of the behemoths at the bottom in a similar tactic as I used to clear the top. But yeah, so just if you do happen to pop him when pop the Reaper and he's quite close to the behemoths at the bottom, you can always do it with the main team. So then you can just head on over to pools and try to finish pools, and then try to finish mountains with the team there present. So yeah, after the Terrawebs are done, you don't have to use Shadow Form anymore in the mountains area, well, up until killing Slayer. So yeah, just be mindful of that. So now that you have taken the quest, you will have to kill the Slayer. What I do is I try to get the aggro of the top groups of behemoths as well as the ones at the bottom. So where I'm standing, to the left and the right, so just like move an aggro of the right group and pull a bit back so that the ones at the top can attack you as well, and just wait for Slayer. You can use a spear over here and a shield to help you maintain your health a bit, but yeah, you just use armor of earth in this section. Another good tactic to use is either have sliver armor or have IAU active. So just use IAU when sliver armor is recharging, and use sliver armor when IAU isn't recharging, as that helps counter the attacks from the Slayer. So once the Slayer is dead, head on over to pools, following this path over here. Just try to like zigzag close to the skellies so as to prevent the attacks from them. Usually there are 3 charged right about here, but yeah, they're not at the moment, so I can just walk by freely. Once you're in plains, you always want to be mindful of the mind blades. If you see any mind blades around you, try to get out their aggro range before casting Shadow Form, as they have leech signet and they will interrupt you. So as you can see, is I did not cast Shadow Form over there, I just waited to move out of aggro range. So there's another pop of Mind Blaze right there that might pop. So just walk up and discharge and then use Shadow Form. And then just make your way onto the pool side. Over here again, try to use IAU when Shadow Form is between 60 and 100% recharged. And yeah, try to walk to the side and try to avoid the charged. Also in here I like to discharge to the Terraway over there to break the aggro from the charged. So just Shadow Step and run on over and the charge will break off. So please move on to part 2 for the rest of the tutorial.